Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So let's get it started. Let's talk about Porsha Williams' interview with The Breakfast Club. She actually did an excellent job. It was a great interview. She was transparent. She was open. And she actually slipped up and let us know that Kenya Williams will be in the building and they will be filming early, and she ain't messing with NeNe no more. NeNe's out the question. But Porsha Williams was very, very open, and she seemed so calm and so relaxed, and she's good with herself. You can tell that Porsha has grown, she has matured, and she just wants to live her best damn life regardless of what anybody says. And her and Dennis is them two against the world, and that's how it's gonna be. And she let us know that she's supposed to be getting married in January. They are working on their prenup, Porsha Williams and Dennis McKinley. And on top of that, you know, the prenup situation was pretty difficult because her first marriage, you know, she really left with nothing. And basically now she's trying to hold on to what she has, make sure she protect herself, because she has something to bring to the table. And she done made some money, and she has a career too as well. So, and on top of that, they also are going to still be house hunting. They recouped that $50,000 deposit that Dennis McKinley put down on that mansion without Porsha permission, and the money he took out of her account allegedly. So we have that situation. But also she talks about, you know, being with Dennis McKinley, and they had sex on the first night. They fell in love. They watched Price is Right together, and it was just something that it was meant to be. But they didn't continue the relationship in the beginning. They paused for a minute, seeing other people, and then they came back. She got pregnant, and now she's in love, and he's in love, and that's the situation. And then she brings us to, you know, Candy. She talks about how her and Candy are very good friends. You know, Candy has changed. She's real, and Candy really has put an effort forward and building a relationship with Porsha, and she appreciates that. And if Candy was fake, she would let us know if Candy was fake. But she said people change, and she has changed. And also, she said she would like to have Phaedra back. Phaedra should come back to the show. You know, Phaedra should, you know, mend her relationships with other people on the show, aka Candy. And on top of that, you know, the new girls are good. You know, Eva's good, and Shamari's good too as well. But, you know, getting a household name back on the show that actually started the show help increase the viewership of the show. She thinks Phaedra Parks should be allowed to come back because she had meaningful relationships with the cast members, and then, you know, we could see Phaedra grow. So I was like, yeah, I want to see Phaedra come back. I ain't gonna even lie. I want to see Phaedra come back. I've been wanting Phaedra to come back. I was like, shit, if Porsha's back, Phaedra should be back too as well. And it'll make for good TV. But, you know, Candy feels a certain type of way about Phaedra, and I can't take that from her. So it is what it is. Allegedly, if Phaedra comes back, Candy's going to leave the show. That's the rumor. That's even what, you know, Charlamagne said. So we'll see what happens with that situation. And then she also said we're going to be filming early, and I think we might be filming early because of Kenya. And then she goes, oh, if Kenya comes back. So I think they're going to be filming early because there's a lot of bullshit going on. And also, Porsha addressed the situation with NeNe Leakes, saying that NeNe Leakes, you know, was sending her text messages and shit like that, talking smack. And then she sent her a cease-and-desist letter. And she said that NeNe Leakes sent her the cease-and-desist letter because NeNe was saying that Porsha was going around telling people that NeNe pulled off Porsha's belt. And that was like a situation. So I was just like, okay, so that's what we're going to have. And so, you know, that was one of the big things of last season, season 11, where people was like really insinuating or assuming that NeNe put her hands on Porsha. But from what we know, NeNe Leakes did not put her hands on Porsha. There's no proof of it, and it hasn't been confirmed either because none of the ladies confirmed it. Only Porsha said on the reunion that NeNe had her hand on her lower back and she was standing behind her when she went forward. So I just hope the shit ain't true, but I believe if it was true, NeNe Leakes wouldn't be on the show if she attacked a pregnant woman, because that means there's no coming back from that when you attack a pregnant woman. Come on. So we have that situation. She said NeNe is very toxic. They're not friends, and she don't think that they can ever be friends because she don't want to be arguing with somebody online and having all this type of drama with NeNe and then picking up her daughter or whatever. But in my opinion, I think NeNe Leakes and Porsha can actually make up. I think what would make their relationship better if they both apologize to each other, and then number one, NeNe starts to treat Porsha as an adult and treat her like she's on par with her, you know, because Porsha has proven herself and she has made waves out here in the Hollywood, you know, industry and the TV network industry. So she's a contender. So basically treat her like an equal. I think it will work out. And then Porsha got to be careful about what, you know, she repeats. If she hears something that NeNe says, don't repeat it. And I believe their relationship can work out, but I think all the nastiness with the text messages going back and forth and then telling the story on the internet, so they feel a certain type of way. And I know Dennis doesn't want Porsha to actually be friends with NeNe because NeNe's toxic, and that's what he believes and that's what he thinks about the situation. And also Porsha threw in that she wanted to make sure that Dennis was comfortable in filming because she didn't want to end up like Kenya Moore, because she feels like Kenya Moore, you know, wasn't on this season. It's because she didn't want to film with her husband. She got married and had a wedding and did not let the network Bravo film the wedding, which is Kenya Moore's choice, and that's the way that she wanted to do it. But Porsha was like, yo, listen, I owe it to the people. They follow me. They're my fans. I think I owe it to them for them to see. They saw my growth. They saw my failure. They need to see how I interact with my husband or my fiance now. And her child. So she doesn't want it to be, you know, a secret. She wants to live in an open, baby. And you know what? That's what the networks want. And that's what the people want to as well, you know, because they want to feel like they know you. So we're going to see what happens with that situation. But it seems like Porsha threw a little shot at Kenya Moore, or she was basically telling the truth. But basically she threw the shot at NeNe Leakes the most, basically saying that like, yo, I don't even know why you sent me a cease and desist letter. So I turned around and I sent her one back. So basically Porsha sent, you know, NeNe Leakes a cease and desist letter too as well, because it didn't make no sense for her to get one, for Porsha to get one in the first place. So it is what it is. I was just like, damn.